Good afternoon and welcome to Live Highline, the Magic City on the Highline Channel. I'm Stu Nyman. As always, I am announcing today with Andrew Bleckman, and together we will cover every point played today. All Mutuals wagering is now open on today's 8-game performance. Each of today's 8 games offers Win Play Show, Quinella Exacta, and Trifecta wagering. We have a daily double that begins in game 1. Play the daily double, correctly pick the winners of games 1 and 2. We have 2 pick 3s, an early pick 3 and a late pick 3. Early pick 3, games 2, 3, and 4. Late pick 3, games 6, 7, and 8. We also have the high-paying high 5 jackpot, the most popular wager here at Magic City. Also have the high-paying high 5 jackpot, most popular wager here at Magic City. High 5 is a pick 5 wager. Correctly pick the winners of games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If you do so correctly, and have the only ticket that does so, you'll cash in on the high 5 with its $2,000 guarantee. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you're in the state of Connecticut, mywinners.com. Placing a bet, though, is not necessary in order for you to enjoy all of today's action. We do have one scratch in today's performance. Once again, we have one scratch affecting today's performance. Number 22, Bueno, is scratched in his scheduled appearances today. Once again, number 22, Bueno, is scratched in his scheduled appearances today. This will be a complete rundown of that scratch as he affects today's performance in its entirety. Let's begin with game 1. Post 4, scratch Bueno in the front court, replace Bueno with Julin. Game 1, post 4, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Julin. Game 2, post 2, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Tennessee. Game 2, post 2, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Tennessee. Game 3, post 8, scratch Bueno in the front court, replace Bueno once again with Julin. Game 3, post 8, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Julin. Finally, in game number 7, post 3, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Ikeda. Game 7, post 3, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Ikeda. That's the scratch of Bueno as he affects today's performance in its entirety. With all that in mind, we ask you to make your wagers as early as possible within scheduled post times, and sit back and relax. Post time for game number 1, with its one scratch, is now just less than 7 minutes away. Andrew Bleckman, how are you?
Hello, Stu. I'm doing well. How you doing today?
I'm having an unusually good day today.
Uh-oh.
And that's a good thing.
That is, that's good.
That's a good thing.
We're starting up here.
We're definitely starting up there.
That's
yeah,
great.
I mean, that the players have a tendency to, but that's because I take it seriously. I didn't finish the sentence, but yes, sometimes I do get frustrated with the players and what we do, but I take it seriously.
Yeah, that's important. As to our fans, Steve, Michael, Mo, Noel, John, hello. Joining us early today.
Yes, John, greetings. Noel, Mo out there I see Mo. I can see Mo from here. It's usually not the case. Michael, Dupuy. Another MC Pelota performance. Yes, it is. Steve M., always good to see you.
We've got about 6 minutes here till we begin our first game of the day. As we do before the first game of all performances, we're going to have this video that will explain the scoring format for all 8 games, which today, as every day, is Spectacular 7 scoring.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And we're back here. Let's say 5 minutes till we begin game number 1.
Yes. No, something that Andrew and I frequently talk about off the mic is that it's really a blessing to be able to do this for a living. I mean, it just is. I mean,
Absolutely.
to get to talk about a sport that you love. But like anything, you know, people get bogged down in their day-to-day, and you don't take the bigger picture in mind. It's not like I've had some epiphany. Just, you know what happened? I had a very pleasant interaction last night. A nice dinner and a great conversation, all dealt with highlight and life and stuff like that. Slept well for a change.
How about that?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Didn't even sleep that much, but slept well and woke up just feeling real positive. Had a fantastic conversation on the drive into work. And then you walk in and you smile and you say, wow, you know, I'm not whatever. Insert your own whatever you might find dreadful to do for a living, but might have to do in order to pay your bills. And we're very fortunate in that regard.
Absolutely, Stu. It's been great fun. Love to see these guys working hard every day.
100%.
And the Battle Court, I mean, that product just keeps getting better and better. In our closest season yet, standings are tight, and we're, got about just a third of the regular season left, so in all forms of highlight.
We've played 2/3 of the Battle Court season already?
Yeah, and I just looked here. I see number 18 on our...
18, and we only have 29.
Yeah.
Only 29 Pelota performances. It goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do we know about next week for sure, about the schedule? Because there was some confusion, but I believe... No. Okay, I'm not going to finish.
No, you can't. I don't know the answer to the question. So when Mr. Savin comes by today, we should double-check, meaning please remember, Andrew, because, you know, I'll forget.
Because the Pelota calendar that was posted on the state's website said we only play Monday next week. So it was only Monday, which we found that hard to believe. And then I did hear from some players that we are playing Monday and Tuesday next week.
Okay.
So I will clarify that, but according to our Pelota calendar, it was just Monday, but we want to get you that information. And then in 2 weeks, we go back to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that'll be good. So some more highlights.
For how long? Through the end of April?
For about 2 weeks, and then the second half of April is just back to Monday and Tuesday.
That's right.
It's a little confusing, but next week, that's the one we'll get you caught up with.
We just want to keep you guys guessing, keep you on your toes. Don't want to be too predictable.
No.
That was the problem with Highlight for so many years. What was the problem with Highlight for so many years, as someone just asked me in a polite conversation? Well, it was very simple. We just opened the doors at Highlight Frontons and said, people show up. And it was a good plan, like from the 1930s through the 1990s. So for 60 years, it worked okay. And then all of a sudden, it was like, wait, there's some empty seats. What do you mean we're not going to sell seats? What do you mean sell seats? Which seat are you going to sell? People reselling seats at one time in Highlight. Buy your seat and then sell it if you're going to leave halfway through believe it or not.
So you had people like outside? I got two. You know? Wow.
Not even scalping, just they were done and sell it.
Oh, okay.
We frowned on that, and they weren't going to stay for the whole evening.
Reselling the ticket. You say, hey,
reselling the ticket on the way out.
I just made my money. I'm good. You know, you want to.
In the 60s and 70s at Miami Highlight, you didn't have a reservation for seating.
Wow.
With an auditorium that seats 6,000 after 1965 with the expansion of Miami Highlight.
Crazy.
When it was expanded. Yeah, it's crazy little facts like that ingrained in my head.
No, it's good stuff, though.
Don't forget, we do have a scratch. Game 1, post 4. Scratch Bueno. Replace Bueno with Julian.
With that, let's play game number 1. We're
ready to begin game 1. It is a spectacular $7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Up first and serving in the red shirts, post 1, we have Juice and Ron. In the blue of post 2 is Ben. Stop doing that. Cool Fitness and Ben. Or just Ben. Ah, there he is. Cool Fitness. There's the serve. We begin. It's an excellent catch by Ron. Backhand. Ben from the 10 line. Low and inside. Will score. Point 2. Two-team first up on the board here in our first game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts post 3. We have CRB and Kubala. J.R. Schumann, welcome. Hope that you enjoy. That lands in and scores point 3. Three serving, 2. Green shirts, post 4. Julian substitutes for Bueno in the front court with Tennessee in the back. In and out of the cesta, the ball goes off the serve, point 3. Black shirts, post 5, a receive. Flores and Arta. Appreciate the compliment, JR. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying. Here's a backhand by Arta, wall to wall. Rebote left side, caught by Flores. Flores dropped it on the backswing, point 3. 3 points for the 3 post. Receiving, yellow shirts up post 6. Ikeda and Bragley. Oh, first serve, point 6. Receiving in the pink shirts of post 7. We have Jedden in the front court with Cabrera in the back. There's the backhand. Scoop by Jedden. Jedden goes high, a floater. Ikeda. Ooh. Floater is tipped, point 7. Purple shirts up post 8. El Barba and Gallo receive. Rebote left side. Here's Gallo. Gallo on the backhand. Cabrera's there. Cabrera. Backhand by Gallo. Jedden midcourt. Backhand from the 8 line. Clears out to the rebote. El Barba's there. Rebote forehand by El Barba. Jedden moves in. Outside placement will score. Point 7. Seven with 2 points. Here's post 1. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. Juice and Ron receive. Juice going for the serve. Knocked it down. Point 7. 4 points for the 7 team. Blue shirts opposed 2. Cool Fitness and Ben receive. Cool Fitness makes the catch, goes for the outside placement. That's out. 0.7. 7 team has gone straight points to a possible game point in our first game. They have 6 points. Trying to stop them, the green at post 4. Julian and Tennessee. Jerry A., the answer to your question with possible game point is yes. We are. Here's the backhand. Catch by Cabrera. Cabrera hard to the inside. Julian's there. Cabrera overhead and behind him makes the catch on the left side. Here's Tennessee. Cabrera on the backhand, powerfully thrown. Tennessee, great catch. Backhand. 2-wall attempt, hits the pad, and the pad is bad. Point and a perfect game for the pink shirts of post 7, Jedden and Cabrera. 7 wins it, 3 places, 6 serves to 2. This is a playoff for third place. Yes, Jerry, at some point in the next 2 months, I imagine, we will have an announcement regarding future movements. Here's the backhand by Ben. Rabote forehand. Bradley on the catch. Forehand. Cool Fitness is there. Cool Fitness in the backcourt. Just the play. 6 shows. Unofficial order finish for game 1. 7-3-6. Your price will be up in a moment. Results are official from game 1. Coming in first, post 7. Jedden and Cabrera taking second, post 3. CRB and Kabbalah coming in third, post 6. Ikeda and Bradley, 7-3-6. The official order finish for our first game. There are your prices. $2 Quinello, 3-7. That's first and second in any order. $36.60. Trifecta, 7-3-6, 177.80. $2 wager on 7 to win, $11.80. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, game number 1. Game number 1. That's kind of funny. We just played game number 1. But it's so loud in here. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's all right. We'll get it quiet in just a little bit. Game number 2 is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Game 2, post 2. Scratch Bueno. Replace Bueno with Tennessee. Game 2, post 2. Scratch Bueno. Place Bueno with Tennessee. Post time for game 2. Now just less than 7 minutes. Good luck. Guys, generally, it's like way too loud in here. It's like super too loud. So please. On the bench, it should be nothing but a whisper, and in the back, it needs to be quiet. It's way too loud. Yeah, you're too fucking loud. Shut up, Ron. Ah, some background noise.
Okay.
Tom Clark, good afternoon. What's up? We're well. Hope you're well too, Matthew Eves. Greeting. Yes, that was an open mic moment, and you have our apologies on that. If that is, if that particular word was, yes. That's just an open mic. It's just a hot mic moment. Literally, that's all it is. Do we have a video that we play about now?
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. We've heard it before. We'll hear it again. This video here explains how the sport of highlight is played to any new fans. Take it away.
The main rule of highlight is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in highlight. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a highlight player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And we're back here now, 3 minutes from the start of game number 2.
We don't have a lot of those hop. I mean, I'm pretty good about that. But actually, one of the things that I've done over the years is I've switched from holding the mic in my hand to using a mic stand. It's due to a elbow injury, as crazy as that sounds. And so when the mic's in my hand, my thumb's on the button. And for so many years, I had no hot mic moments. Now that I'm not holding onto the mic, the microphone button's not in my hands, so occasionally I leave it on. And in that case, long story short, what happens is the players get rambunctious. In most other announcers' booths, you're separate from the players. Here, we're literally like right next to the players in the players' cage. And the locker room is just beyond them. And everybody's having, for whatever reason, just a particular... And we're in a metal box.
It was loud.
That surrounds the court. And it's just, there's two guys playing ping pong. They're not supposed to be playing ping pong while we're announcing. They still haven't gotten that memo, but I think I'll clarify that for them. Because you could just like hear everything in here. And then everybody's like loud and boisterous, and no one's bad, but they don't... Previous requests have been made, hey, could you be more quiet? And no one's being more quiet. So yes, you drop a couple strategically placed F-bombs as opposed to just stopping fines and or writing fines, and yeah, that's what's going on in the background.
Guess what? It stopped. That's good. A reminder of the scratch here in our second game. Post 2, Bueno is out. Tennessee will go in.
Less than a minute to go before we begin game 2. Less than a minute to go, Andrew. You're well? Everything's good?
Yeah, I'm doing well still.
Did my F-bomb bother you?
Nah.
Sorry.
Might take the rest of the day off. I feel a little attacked.
You feel like you're in a hostile work environment?
Oh. I think I'm going to pack it in for
I'm
the
not
day.
laughing about hostile work environments. I'm just... Does anybody ever ask if the guy with the F-bombs feels as though he's working in a hostile work environment?
That's a question they don't ask enough, Stu. Game 2, though. Let's begin.
Time to begin game 2. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Up first and serving, the red shirt of post 1 is Bragley, receiving in the blue of post 2, substituting for the scratch Bueno, 37 Tennessee. Bragley serves. We begin. There's a backhand by Tennessee to the inside. Robote, forehand by Bragley. Tennessee going for the scoop. Has a miss, point 1. Bragley first up on the board in our second game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3, Kubala. Greetings, Crafty Player 69. Welcome to the chat. Wow, I sound like a video game, don't I? Didn't mean to. There's the backhand by Kubala. Rebote forehand, missed at the 7 line, point 3. Green shirt, post 4, now receiving is CRB. Noel, yes, the irony of yelling at someone to be quiet is not lost on me either. Welcome to my world. There's the backhand by CRB. Kubala, scoop, deep in the backcourt. Backhand by CRB. Kubala is there. Kubala from the 10 line. Scoop attempt is missed, point 3. Receiving, black shirt, post 5, here's Ron. Here's a backhand by Ron. Kubala's there, backhand from the 8 line, 2 pass. Rebote. Rebote forehand by Ron. 2 all. Second bounce, ball scores, point 5. Yellow shirt at post 6, now receiving, number 59, Gallo. The good thing about that is I'll probably be obsessed with the mic button now for, I don't know, at least a month. That's the problem with the noise. It's just so distracting. I mean, I'm certainly not blaming it on anybody. I mean, that's my responsibility for what I say. But. There's a backhand by Ron to the inside. Rebote missed, midcourt, point 5. Pink shirt, post 7. Here's number 48, Cabrera. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Rebote forehand, 2 pass. Rebote left side, it's a 2 all. Ron reads it, stops it on the forehand, takes a look. Passes and scores, point 5. Ron with 3 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt at post 8, is Jedden. Here's a backhand by Jedden. Catch by Ron. Ron hard to the inside. Jedden from the 12 line. Backhand. Rebote forehand. Jedden's there. Rebote. To the inside. Jedden on the move. Good catch. Backhand from the 10 line. Ron's there. 2 all with a light touch. Jedden read it, got there, has a tip ball at the 6 line. Back here. Great effort, though. Point 5. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue post 2, Tennessee. Backhand by Tennessee, thrown powerfully. Rebote forehand by Ron. Tennessee, right side. Played back, 2 pass. Rebote forehand by Ron. Drop shot. Drop too low. 0.5. Ron's gone straight points to a possible game point. He has 6. Trying to stop him. The red at post 1, Bragley. Big right side by Bragley. Karam. That is out. Point and game, post 5, Ron. He had a perfect game. 3 places, 1 shows. Unofficial order finish, 5-3-1. The price will be up in a moment. Results are official. Coming in first, post 5. Ron taking second, post 3. Kubala. Coming in third, post 1. Bragley, 5-3-1. The official order of finish 4, game 2. There are your prices. $2 Quinella, 3-5, $19.20. The trifecta, 5-3-1, $96.40. It's the same guy, isn't it? It's the same guy, isn't it? Andrew, tell me it's not the same guy. It's the same guy, right?
It's got to be.
It's the same guy singing.
Yeah.
Consolations in the daily double, 7 all, 820, all 5, 620. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 3. A spectacular 7 doubles match played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There's a scratch. Game 3, post 8. Scratch Bueno in the front court. Replace Bueno with Julin. Game 3, post 8. Scratch Bueno. Replace Bueno with Julin. Game 3 also begins the high 5 for today. Play the high 5, correctly pick the winners of games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's a pick 5. If you do so correctly, have the only ticket that does so, you'll cash in on the $2,000 guarantee. Also, don't forget that April 1st, mandatory force out of the high 5 jackpot. Only 2 scratches affecting the high 5. First in game 3, post 8 in the front court. Scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Julin. Game 3, post 8. Scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Julin. Then in game 7, post 3, scratch Bueno, replace Bueno with Ikeda. Post time. Now just 6 minutes away. Good luck. Backhand by Ben, low and hard. He blasts it. Wow, that's impressive. Douglas Rebote to the inside. Hyro takes it in the air. Backhand. Douglas on the Rebote to the inside. Scoop by Hyro. Backhand by Manu. Karam by Manu scores. Manu makes the catch. Manu on the catch. Forehand low and hard to the inside. Aratz digs out the Rebote. Excellent catch by Elbarba. There's the backhand. Jedden's there. Rebote forehand. Jedden makes the catch. Rifles it inside. Scoop by Elbarba. Outside placement scores for Inaki. There's a backhand by Rotz. Rebote forehand by Douglas. 2-all, scores. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Beautiful catch. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Rebote by Benny. It's high. Robin cuts it off. Backhand. Going hard to the inside. 2-all. My, oh my. Redeemed himself. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. Big backhand. Rebote coming to the 8 line. Forehand Rebote on the wall. Stopped by Nicholas. Nicholas Philo to the outside. Caught and returned. 2-alls. To score. My, oh my.
And folks, that top 10 will take us here under a minute till the start of game number 3. Game 3 does have at least a scratch here. Post 8, scratch Bueno, and replace Bueno with Julin.
We are ready to begin game number 3. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Up first and serving, the red shirts post 1. Cool Fitness and Ben. Receiving in the blue post 2. Juice and Ron. Cool Fitness serves. We begin. There's a backhand by Ron. Low runner to the inside. Bend down low to make the catch. Scoop by Cool Fitness. Karam is out. Point 2. 2-team first on the board for game 3. Here are the white shirts of post 3. Ikeda and Bragley. Bragley advances from the forehand, wall to wall. Robote forehand save. Is out. Point 3. Ikeda is now serving to the green shirts of post 4. We have Flores and Arta. There's the backhand by Arta. Bravey down low. Backhand from the 12 line. Ball tip, point 3. 3 with 2 points here are the black shirts of post 5. Jedden's in the front court with Cabrera in the back. Here's a backhand by Cabrera. Ikeda in the backcourt from the 10 line. Bragley from the 13, backhand to the inside. Cabrera on the scoop. Ikeda from the left side, backhand from the 8 line. Cortada, soft touch, beautiful catch. It's an excellent read. Ikeda's calling for the rebote. Difficult save. Jen attacks on the forehand. Outside placement, stopped by Ikeda. Sidearm carom by Ikeda caught the pad, point 5. Yellow shirts, post 6. El Barba and Gallo receive. Powerful forehand by Gallo. Rebote missed at the sidewall, point 6. Pink shirts of post 7 now take the court. CRB and Kubala. Here's a backhand by Kubala. Rebote coming out. CRB from the forehand. Gallo stops it at the 11. Kubala's there. Backhand from the 10. Gallo to the inside. Kubala lets it pass. Rebote. Forehand save by Kubala. Here's El Barba from the 7 line. Backhand. Rebote left side. It's a 2-all. El Barba stops it. Forehand. Cortada thrown perfectly to score. Point 6. 2 points for the 6 team. Purple shirts post 8 to complete the first round of play. Julin substitutes for Bueno with Tennessee in the backcourt. Point 8. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First return, red at post 1, Cool Fitness and Ben. Backhand by Ben. Julin from the 9 line. Beautiful catch by Ben. Deep in the backcourt. Julin advances. Here's Ben from the 12 line. Julin now at the 8. Hard to the inside. Scoop by Ben. Tennessee is there. Big backhand. Ben, great catch at the 13. Almost. Point 8. 8 with 3 points. Here's post 2. Juice and Ron. Hard backhand. Scoop by Tennessee. Backhand by Tennessee. Gets away from him. Hits the overhead screen. Point 2. Two team with 3 points. Green shirts post 4. Flores and Art to receive. Arta on the backhand, wall to wall from the left side. Juice, the 6th line, forehand rebote. Arta's there. Costello to all. Stop by Juice. Drop shot by Juice will score. Well thrown, point 2. Possible game point for the blue shirts of post 2. Juice and Ron. Trying to stop them are Ikeda and Bragley. Big right side by Bragley. Ron with the rebote. Ikeda takes it on the bounce. Rebote saved by Ron. Passing. Bragley's got it deep in the backcourt. Rebote saved by Ron. Light touch. Ikeda on the bounce at the 5 line. Back to the inside. Ron's there. Ball tipped in the backcourt. That is point and game to the blue shirts of post 2. And the back foot from Juice. Juice and Ron a win it. 2 wins, 8 places, 6 serves to 3. This is a playoff for 3rd place. Don Tomas. Goyagana, good to see you in the chat. Hope all is well in Marquina. The 2-all is out. 6 shows. Unofficial order finish 286. Your prices will be up in a moment. We are pleased to have all 3 of your grandsons here playing. Alex played great yesterday. Results from our 3rd game are official. Coming in first, post 2. Juice and Ron. Taking second, post 8. Julian and Tennessee. Coming in 3rd, post 6. El Barba and Gallo. 286, the official order finish. For game 3, we'll have your prices up in just a moment. Here's your moment. Cello wager on 2 to win, 940. Quinella 2-8, first and second in any order, $47.60. Trifecta 286, $634.60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 4. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. It's played at 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Game 4 will close out the early pick 3 for today. Post time for game number 4. Now just about 5 minutes away. Good luck. Nice catch by Kubala. Backhand from the 10 line. Hit it powerfully from the forehand. Rebote 2-all. That is beautifully executed by Kubala to score. Iñaki backhand from the 11 line. Arats looks for the rebote. Catch by Iñaki. He winds up. Costello 2-all, opens wide and scores. Rebote forehand. Manu's there. Two all. 0.5. Rotate to the inside. Jairo cuts it off at the 8 line. Here's the backhand. A little lower and harder. Rotate by Benny. Right to the left side of Jairo. Jairo 2-all. Another one scores. There's backhand by Naki. Robote, left side, 2-all. That scores. Rotate forehand by Jairo. Caught by Gauchetti. Backhand. Low runner. Robote save. The big bounce. Stays to the inside. That's on the wall. Catch by Gauchetti. 2-all scores, 0.4. Catch by Rotz. Rotz midcourt. Nicholas is there. 2-all. In. Two all. Beautifully executed by Arats to score. There's a backhand by Manny. Two-all scores, 0.2. Backhand by CRB. El Barba passes. Robote. Scoop by El Barba. The 2-all with a light touch. That's beautiful. That scores.
And folks, that top 10 will take us right up to the start of game number 4. Good luck.
Time to begin game 4. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt at post 1, Julian. Receiving blue at post 2, Alex. La Máquina, Jose Nava, greetings. Welcome. Various Gamer, no problem. We weren't waiting for you, but we're glad that you're here. Mr. Ridgway, hi. Julian faking his old rush of the serve. Yeah, it didn't work. Good sense of humor. Julian serves, we begin. Rebote forehand by Julian. Alex with a tip ball at the 11 line, point 1. Receiving the white shirt of post 3, here's Lalu. Rebote forehand by Julian. Too high, that hit the overhead screen, point 3. Green shirt of post 4, Goanaga receives. We'll look forward to seeing you again this year, Jose. Tournament's always a wonderful event. Here's the backhand by Goanaga. Rebote, left side by Lalu. Ball tip, point 4. Black shirt of post 5, Ikeda receives. Rebote forehand by Goanaga to pass. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Up the middle. Scoop by Goanaga. Excellent effort by Ikeda. That ball's in and out of the cesta, point 4. Yellow shirt of post 6, Iturbide receives. Here's the backhand by Iturbide. Rebote. 2-all. Opens. Stopped by Iturbide. Karen by Iturbide is out. Point 4. 4 with 3 points. Here's post 7. The pink shirt, Manny. Backhand by Manny. Rebote. Forehand by Goanaga. That 2-all hit the pad. The pad is bad, point 7. Purple shirt to post 8. Here's Benny. Benny on the backhand from the 11 line. Manny's there. Rebote forehand. Karen by Manny. Benny's out there, lost his footing, and his entire team is concerned about Benny's well-being. And the shot that Manny threw, too. Point 7. You okay? All right. Completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points. First to return, Alex. Here's the backhand by Alex to the inside. Powerfully thrown. Rebote forehand by Manny. Alex up the middle. Point 2. Alex takes over the serve. Receiving the red shirt at post 1, Julian. Here's the backhand by Julian. Alex on the catch. What a catch by Alex. Made behind him. Big left side. Stopped midcourt by Julian. Julian hard to the inside. Robote left side, perfectly thrown by Alex. Scoop by Julian. Robote. Julian makes the catch. Julian low and hard to the inside. Backhand by Alex. Low runner. Scoop by Julian. Robote forehand up the middle. Alex is there. Alex from the 8 line. Robote forehand to the outside. Good duck by Alex. That forehand scores. Point 2. 2 with 4 points. Receiving the white shirt at post 3, Lalu. Lalu on the backhand to the inside. Robote saved by Alex. Costello 2-all beautifully executed by Lalu to score. Point 3. Three with 3 points. Here's the black shirt, post 5, worn by Ikeda. Ikeda on the backhand from the 11 line to the inside. Robote. Forehand save by Lalu. Just enough to score. Point 3. Possible game point for the white shirt at post 3, Lalu. Trying to stop him, the yellow shirt at post 6, Iturbide. Fireballs versus the Renegades coming up later today, to answer your question. There's the backhand by Iturbide. Robote, forehand. Excellent catch by Iturbide. Splitter, scooped up by Lalu on the forehand. Low and hard by Lalu, stopped, and a great catch by Iturbide. Robote, forehand by Lalu. Scoop attempt, missed. Point and game, post 3, Lalu. No playoff here, 2 places, 4 shows. Unofficial order finish, 3, 2, 4. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 4 are official. Coming in first, post 3, Lalu. Taking second, post 2, Alex. Coming in third, post 4, Goenaga. 3, 2, 4, the official order finished for Game 4. There are your prices. The early pick 3, 5, 2, 3. 3 of 3 numbers returning $372.80. Quinella 2, 3. First and second, any order, $34. Trifecta 3, 2, 4. $421.40. A $2 wager on 3 to win, $17.60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is Game 5. It is a spectacular 7 doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Game 5, the first of our 2 feature doubles matches. Best players on the roster playing in doubles. There are no scratches in Game 5. Post time is 7 minutes. Good luck.
Douglas reaches on the inside to cut it off. Hard throw, wall to wall. Dropping in the corner. Iro's got the save. Douglas waiting for it again off his footing. Drops it to the inside. Hyro with a big bounce. Makes the catch up high on the left side.
So 2-0 stop by Manny. Manny's forehand return. What a beautiful catch by Carballo at the 10 line. By Manny. Manny to the inside. Gaucheri reads it, stops it with the scoop. Here's the backhand at the 12. Scoop by Manny. Excellent catch by Aratz. Scoop by Gaucheri. There's a backhand by Douglas, powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Inaki, Rebote save to the inside. Douglas is there. Goes to the inside. What a scoop by Iñaki. Here's a backhand by Robin. Low runner to the inside. Rebote left side by Ben. Robin on the catch. Here's the backhand. What a scoop by Robin. CRB. Rebote, left side. What a scoop by CRB. Excellent play by Nicholas there at the screen. Arrow on the catch. Scoop by Manu. That's beautiful.
Folks, that top 10 will take us here 2 minutes till the start of game number 5. Feature doubles game starting up in just a moment. Take a look at those standings. Late games led by Inaki and Manu. At the moment, they have 8 wins. Gaucheri and Ben sit in second with 7 wins. Those are your top 2 right now. Jairo out again today, so that Harem Benny stuck at 6 wins. Douglas and Jula, next closest team, they have 4 wins. That is 3 behind second place. I'll tell you, it's been on quite the run here. Ron in singles, Stu.
Absolutely.
At least 4 in a row, dating back to week 5.
Wow.
And it might be 5 in a row. We'll have to. It's either 5 in a row or 5 out of 6 for Ron in game 2. So
he's been playing solid.
Playing great, winning those doubles games with Juice as well. And
Battle Court, also, as we know, he'll say, "How many performances do we have left?" Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And he starts doing math. And then all of a sudden, bing, bing, bing on the court.
He's doing work out there.
How much prize money's left? Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I believe after what I saw yesterday is Ron is leading the singles, but that's in the that excludes the late game players. Gaucheri's still the leader of the late games with his 6 wins.
We're a very inclusive program, Andrew. We don't believe in excluding anyone, as you know.
Of course, but
So
you know,
be careful by that exclusion. That's what insurance companies do.
Would have
they
been
have exclusion lists.
I'll think of a better word next time. Game 5.
Time to begin our 5th game. It is a spectacular 7th doubles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Up first and serving in the red shirts of post 1. Gonaga and Manny receiving blue post 2. Iturbide and Nicholas. Gonaga serves, we begin. Manning from the 12 line to the inside. Here's Nicholas. Gonaga from the 8 line to the inside. Rebote, forehand. By Gonaga, Iturbide there. Cosalo, 2-all, perfectly executed to score, point 2. 2-team first upon the board in our 5th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirts of post 3. Here's Ikeda and Benny. Here's the backhand by Ikeda to the inside. Nicholas on the catch. Here's the backhand. Big backhand by Nicholas. That clears. Rebote coming out. Forehand rotate by Ikeda to the inside. Nicholas lets it pass. Slowing inside. Ikeda's there. Beautiful backhand by Benny. Nicholas, fine catch overhead. Rebote forehand. There's the backhand by Nicholas. Here's Benny. Benny on the backhand from 12, straight up the middle. Nicholas is there. Benny from the forehand, high and inside. Iturbide, fine catch on the backhand. Here's the rebote. Big backhand by Nicholas. Ikeda, forehand rebote to the inside. Nicholas is there. Rebote, left side. Ikeda lets it pass. Benny reaches in on the forehand. That ball hit the overhead screen, which is out of play, point 2. 2 on the board with 2 points. Here's post 4, Alex and Aratz. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Robote. Robote left side by Alex. Big bounce. Brought down by Nicholas. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Robote coming out. Beautiful Robote by Alex. Ichibide's there. Beautiful catch by Rotz off the wall. Nicholas now from the 12 line. Backhand up the middle, Robote coming out. Rotz will take this on the forehand right side. Powerful backhand by Ichirbide. Robote forehand by Alex. Here's Nicholas. Nicholas from the forehand. Beautiful catch by Rotz. Beautiful catch by Nicholas. Backhand by Alex. Nicholas is there. Here's the backhand from the 11 line. Robote forehand by Ichirbide. Alex calling for the Robote. Forehand Robote fired from the 9 line. Rotz lost his footing, gets back up all in one motion. Makes the catch. Here's the backhand. Well played. Robote left side. Nicholas is there. Beautiful catch. Backhand from the 10 line. Rotz again. Backhand from the 11. There's a backhand again by Rotz. Nicholas on the catch. Robote to the forehand of Ichirbide to the inside, and Rotz is there. Ichirbide backhand now from the 8 line. Robote. Robote left side. There's the backhand by Rotz. Backhand 2-all lands in perfectly to score. Marathon point ended backhand 2-all. Point goes to the 4. Black shirts at post 5. Douglas and Julian receive. Rotz on the catch. There's the backhand. Beautiful catch by Rotz off the sidewall at the 13. Julian's there. Big backhand by Rotz. Julian again. Backhand from the 11. Rotz advances, makes the catch in the air. Big backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Robote forehand fired by Alex. Drop shot executed by Alex to score, point 4. Forward 2 points. Yellow shirts of post 6 now take to the court. We have Gaucheri in the front court with Ben in the back. Here's the backhand by Ben. Robote. What a catch by Aratz. Here's the backhand. That hits the overhead screen. Point 6. Pink shirts, post 7. Iñaki and Manu. No, I believe the longest point that we've had at Magic City, which is the longest point that I've ever announced in professional highlight at any fronton, was in Battle Court last year. The beginning first half of 2024. I believe it was a 13-minute point in Battle Court. It was a ridiculously long point. Pyro, Manny, Urbieta, and Ikeda, I believe, were the 4 players on the court, and the 2 front quarters weren't throwing shots or killing it. Costado 2-all will score. Point 6. 6 with 2 points. Here's post 8 to complete the first round of play. We have Arrutia and Lalu. Andrew, what was the longest point? We were just asked in the chat. Was it 13 minutes? That crazy one?
Oh, no, I think it was like 7 or something.
7 minutes. So it was a 7.
I think it was like 6 or 7 minutes.
But it was 1 point that was 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. That was it.
That was a battle.
That was a question in chat. Yeah, it was Ikeda and Hyro were in the front. Manny and Urbieta were in the back. And points just don't go on that long. Robote forehand. This one caught by Arrutia. Cortada by Arrutia. Scores on 2 bounces, point 8. 8 gets the last point of the first round, all matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, red of post 1. Goenaga and Manny. There's a backhand by Manny. Robote coming out. Manny from the backcourt. Arrutia back to the inside. Backhand. Hard throw. Caught by Manny. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Point 1. 1 with 2 points. Here's post 3. Ikeda and Benny. Oh, for serve, point 3. 3 with 2 points. Here's post 2. Iturbide and Nicholas. Fault over serve, point 2. 2 with 4 points. Here's post 5. The black shirts return. Douglas and Julian. Big right side. Robote by Iturbide, beautifully played. Here's Julian from the 10 line. Backhand. Douglas on the backhand, powerfully thrown wall to wall from the left side. Robote, swing and a miss, point 5. 5 team, Douglas and Julian on the board with 2 points. Here's post 4. The green shirts return. Alex and Rotz. Rotz on the backhand from the 12 line. Julian lets it pass. Robote save on the forehand of Douglas. Alex powerfully from the forehand. Robote by Douglas. Clip. Caught by Alex. Alex powerfully from the right side. Robote saved by Douglas. Here's Julian on the backhand. Powerfully thrown. Robote. Robote forehand. Douglas. Robote left side. Douglas on the backhand, hard throw to the inside, caught in the air by Alex. Alex goes wall to wall. There's Robote coming out to the 4 line. Turned by Douglas inside. Rotz. Robote. Julian makes the catch. Robote left side by Alex. Ball right off the tip of Douglas' cesta at the 6th line. Point 4. 4 points. Here's post 7. Iñaki and Manu. Literal definition of tipped. As he's reaching in, ball goes right off the tip of his cesta. Here's a backhand by Manu. Beautiful catch by Manu at the 8 line. Big backhand. Robote comes to the 5 line. Alex to the inside. Manu is there. Rotz on the backhand. Catch by Inaki. Here's a backhand from the 8 line. Powerful backhand by Alex. Here's Manu. Big right side by Manu. Passes. Robote midcourt by Alex. Manu is there. Backhand. Scoop. High on the left side of Manu. Backhand. Wall to wall. Almost. Rotz is there. Manu on the catch. Here's the backhand. Hard throw to the inside. Robote. This one caught by Iñaki. 12 by Inaki. Scoop by Alex. Split placement by Alex will score. Point 4. Possible game point. Green shirts of post 4. Alex and Rotz trying to stop them. Go Sherry and Ben. Here's a backhand by Ben. Rotz makes the catch. Alex, fine catch on the left side. Backhand from powerfully from the 8 line. Ben, great snag at 13. Robote. Left side by Alex to the inside, scooped up high by Gauchetti on the left side. Rotz is there. Big backhand by Rotz. Robote coming out. Robote forehand. Low and hard by Gauchetti. There's the backhand. Robote again. by Gaucheri. Backhand. Thrown powerfully right to the corner. Rebote forehand by Alex. Caught by Gaucheri. Drop shot by Gaucheri on the wall. Alex back in there to make the catch. Ben, forehand from the 12. Nice catch. Alex is there midcourt. Hard throw. Caught by Gaucheri. Here's the backhand. Scoop by Ben. That's beautiful. Here's Alex. Splitter. Caught on the forehand of Gaucheri. Karen by Gaucheri. That kicked up off the wall. Magic City bounce. That's out of play. Point in game, post 4. Alex and Aratz. 4 wins it, 2 places, 1, 3, 5, and 6. Pair off and playoff. 4 third place, 1 first serves to 3. Here's the backhand by Benny. Rebote by Goanaga. Rebote left side. Manny on the backhand of the inside. Ikeda's there. Manny from the 11. Rebote forehand. Goanaga takes that in the air. Backhand from the 7. Benny. Fine catch at the 13 line. Picala will score. 1. 5 serves to 6. The winner of this point meets 1 in the continuing playoff for 3rd place. Here's the backhand by Julian. Rebote. Rebote left side to the inside. Outside placement. Ruled out. Point 5. One serves to 5. This is show point. There's a backhand by Julian. Goanaga's there. Rebote. Forehand. Ball tipped. 5 shows. Unofficial order finish 4-2-5. Your prices will be up in a moment. Game 5 results are official. Coming in first, post 4. Alex and Aratz taking second. Post 2, Iturbide and Nicholas coming in third. Post 5, Douglas and Julian. 4-2-5. The official order finish for Game 5. There are your prices. $2 Quinella 2-4, 47.40. Trifecta 4-2-5, 324.40. $2 wager on 4 to win, 21.80. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is Game 6. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. It's played to 7 points, and points will double after the first round of play. Game 6 will also begin the late pick 3 for today. Played pick 3, correctly pick the winners. Game 6, 7, and 8. Post time for Game 6, a little over 5 minutes. Good luck. Drop shot. Hyro, what happened? Rebote forehand. Beautiful catch by Bueno. Rebote forehand to the inside. Scoop by Bueno. Drop shot. Beautifully executed by Bueno. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Catch by Iñaki. Drop shot. Will score.
Bradley on the bounce, outside placement attempt. Stopped by Anderluck. Anderluck, his carom, lands in. Bradley's going to get out to it. He returns a drop shot. My, oh my.
Scoop by El Barba. Backhand to the inside. That's well thrown. Excellent catch by Flores. Here's El Barba. Drop shot. Scores on the second bounce. There's a backhand by Bueno. Scoop by Bueno. Cortada. Stopped by Carballo. Drop shot by Carballo. Beautifully executed and scoring. Rebote to the inside. This one caught in the air by Hyro. Hyro on the backhand. Rebote forehand. Hyro on the catch. Drop shot by Hyro. Scores on the second bounce. Rotz, forehand rotated pass, dropping. Rotate left side by Rotz. Gaucheri attacks, has it. Wow, that was beautiful. Outside placement read by Aratz. Aratz read by Manu. Backhand by Manu, lower and harder. Rebote. Place to the inside. Manu's there. Winding up. Drop shot. That was perfect. By Aratz. There's the backhand. Gaucheri's there. Aratz commits to the backcourt. Here's the backhand from the 12 line. Gaucheri from the 10. Long drop shot. Aratz will not get there.
And folks, the top 10 drop shots will take us right up to the start of Game 6. Feature singles game starting now.
Ready to begin game 6. Spectacular 7. Singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving. Red shirt to post 1, Iñaki. Receiving blue post 2, Arats. DD. North Miami Amateur Highlight is still open. However, only one court there is open. What used to be known as the middle court is the only court. The large 150-foot hardball court, or what used to be the hardball court, has been converted into an acrobatic studio, as has the rubberball court. So the middle court's still there. Robote forehand by Inaki. Catch by Arats. Up the wall. He could not hold on. Point 1. Inaki first up on the board in our 6th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. Here's Manu. When you say a lot of years since you've been there, how many years since you played? And Richard, we have an allowance for 2 cestas per year. Some players do go through more than that, but that's on them if they so choose. So we have like this first season, they have a cesta allowance, and then a second season, September through December, they have a cesta allowance. Some do go through more than that as far as how many cestas they use. That's for Richard. Robote forehand by Inaki. Manu is there. Manu on the backhand from the 9 line to the inside. Robote. Up the middle, Manu is there, winding up. Costello inside will score. Point 3. Green shirt to post 4 receives. Here's Nicholas. Here's the backhand by Nicholas. Wall to wall from the left side. Robote forehand to the outside. 2-all. Scores for Nicholas. Point 4. Black shirt to post 5. Arutia receives. At least 20 years since you played there. Yeah, so that was back when it was still all 3 courts. Yep, just the one what we used to call the plastic ball court. Here's a backhand by Arutia. Robote, forehand. Robote left side with a clip. Scoop by Nicholas. Robote forehand to the inside. Arutia is there. Costello inside, stays to the inside, and that scores. Point 5. Yellow shirt, post 6, Iturbide receives. Backhand 2-all is caught in there by Arutia. Long carom by Arutia will score. Point 5. Pink shirt at post 7. Douglas receives. Beautiful catch by Douglas, pulling that right off the wall. Backhand, low Robote. Catch by Douglas. Inside placement. Arutia on the run. Got to it. This Robote is not going to make a good effort by Arutia to try to make. Douglas takes over the serve, receiving. Purple at post 8. Gusheri. Backhand by Gaucheri to the inside. Robote. Left side by Douglas is a 2-all Robote that scores. Point 7. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First to return, the blue of post 2. Karatz. Robote forehand, 2 pass. Douglas on the catch. Costi inside. Good effort by Rotz to try to make that save. 0.7. 4 points for the 7 post. Receiving the red of post 1. Iñaki. There's a backhand by Inaki. Robote. Scoop by Inaki. Backhand from the 8 line. Powerful forehand Robote escapes. That's out of play. 0.1. Inaki with 3 points, serving to the 3 post in the white shirt. Manu. Big backhand by Manu. Robote forehand by Naki. Manu comes out. Swipes at it. Missed. 0.1. Possible game point. Red shirt at post 1. Iñaki trying to stop him. Nicholas. Michael Urban, thank you very much for the compliment. Our guys do a great job. And yeah, same thing here. Prize money remains about half of a player's, up to half of a player's total income. They can double their base pay based on win, place, show money, and of course our Battle Court prizes for the Battle Court product. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Robote at the sidewall, played by Naki. 2-all. By Nicholas, stopped by Naki. Naki to the inside. That scores on the second bounce. Point in game, post 1. Iñaki. No playoff here. 7 places, 5 shows. Unofficial order finish, 1, 7, 5. Your prices will be up in a moment. So yes, win, place, and show money. Championship prize money for singles and doubles. And then in Battle Court, which is a head-to-head format, that will begin at 5 o'clock today. If you haven't seen Battle Court, team prizes and individual prizes. Speaking of prizes, there are your prices for game number 6. 175 is the result. $1 quinella, 17, 49.50. Trifecta 175, 306.60. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Game 7, the second of our 2 feature doubles matches. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch. Game 7, post 3, scratch Bueno. Replace Bueno with Ikeda. Game 7, post 3, scratch Bueno. In the front court, replace Bueno with Ikeda. Game 7 will also conclude the high 5 for today. Post time for Game 7, 7 minutes. Good luck.
Let us see the high 5 quickly. Ah, there it is. Now we heard that before. 2 of 5, 3 of 5 numbers. Not going to be hit today. Next opportunity, Monday, 1:30 Pelota start time.
Outside placement scores for Arat. Ball taking an odd bounce off the back wall. El Barba advances, takes it on the bounce at the 4 line. Outside placement. Placed outside, well to score. Catch. Key to the inside, low and hard. Kabbalah, nice grab at the 11 line. Outside placement scores for Ikeda. Backhand by Aratz. Benny's there. Here's backhand by Benny. Wall to wall. Rotate forehand, drop shot. Benny gets there, stops it. Outside placement, scores. Manny on the catch. Pika. Stopped by Aratz. Drop shot by Aratz. Manny takes off. He gets there. Rifles it outside to score. Backhand by Anderluck. Catch by Bragley. Backhand by Bragley. That clears the overhead screen. Anderluck outside placement of the forehand rebote is in. One. Hello. Tennessee's there. Kabbalah moving out to the 5 line to turn the rebote. Outside placement scores. Here's the backhand by Manu again. Rebote forehand. Outside placement of the forehand rebote scores. Here's a catch by Benny. Backhand by Gaucheri. In. Pointing.
That video will take us down under 2 minutes till the start of Game 7.
Didi asks a question. So, Didi, why don't you open the chat in Battle Court and interact with the public?
That's a great question.
Because I am a loose frickin' cannon. That's why. occasionally people come onto the chat and they say this isn't highlight and all types of nonsense, even though we're in our 8th year or 7th year, you know, operationally and whatever. And so I do tend to be a loose cannon because basically you usually just hide the highlight announcer up in a booth somewhere and he has limited interaction. So during Pelota, basically Scott says, do what you want. And since owner-operator says basically do what you want, we have kind of free reign, and it's good educationally. And occasionally someone does come in the chat, make a derogatory comment. Battle Court is what we see as the future of highlight. And so professional grade broadcast is important. And while I do think that it would be an interesting feature, especially differentiating from other sports where people could actually talk to the broadcasters while they're still, you know, I mean, I accidentally dropped an F-bomb on an open mic today, so we can barely get away with that now, but potentially getting away with that when you're on ESPN1 or something along those lines, which is the inevitable, which is the eventual goal, frowned on. Is that a good explanation, Andrew? Did I cover that?
Sure.
Do you agree?
Yeah. Open up the chat. I mean, all your
Andrew,
point. You're right,
it.
but I trust your professionalism. You know.
Wow. Okay. That's one.
I've worked with you long.
That's
a list of one, but
that's one even I don't always.
Let's play game 7.
Time to begin our 7th game. Go Sherry, serving, receiving, blue post 2, Inaki, and Manu. Kosheri serves. We begin. Sherry on the backhand from the 9 line. Manu's there. Ben powerfully from the forehand. Inaki from the 8. Here's a backhand by Ben to the inside. Inaki's there. Kosheri, powerful backhand from midcourt. Here's Manu, backhand from the 10 line to the inside. Ben's there, backhand from the 11. Here's a backhand by Ben. Hard throw to the inside. Manu is there. Here's a backhand from the 11 line. My Philly Golf Guy. We are open to the public on Fridays. That's Friday evening, 7 p.m. Parking, admission, seating, all free. To answer your question. Here's a catch by Manu. Backhand from the 10 line to the inside. Ben's there. Inaki, backhand from the 8 line. Ben from the 11. Scoop by Manu on the left side. What a catch by Ben. Beautifully played at the 12. Inaki from the 7. Kosheri, drop shot, scores. Good spin by Inaki, point 1. Well played by both teams. Kosheri has the serve, receiving the white shirts, post 3, Ikeda and Benny. What? Here's a catch by Ikeda. There's the backhand. There's a backhand by Benny. Robote forehand. Ikeda makes the catch. Ian, welcome back to the broadcast. And hello to you in Australia. Awesome that you check us out before you go to work. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. Here's a catch by Ben, backhand from the 11 line to the inside. Benny's there. Benny from the forehand. Robote, left side by Gaucheri. There's Ben on the backhand to the inside. Benny's there. Backhand from the 12 line. Ben to the inside again. Benny's there. Robote forehand. Scoop. Here's a backhand by Ben to the inside. Ikeda's there. Ball tipped at the sidewall, point one. Green shirts opposed 4. Arutia and Lalu take the court. Congratulations on the move, my Philly guy. We used to have, well, not we, this company, but former company used to have Fort Pierce Highlight right there in the heart of the Treasure Coast in Fort Pierce, 1974 to 2015, roughly. But then the owner decided he was happier with a big hole in the ground, which is what is there now. Ball tipped in the backcourt, point one. One on the board with 3 points. Here's post 5. The black shirts receive. Iturbide and Nicholas. See, it's comments like that, DD, probably that that strayed people away. Just kidding. Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie was I basically managed Fort Pierce Highlight for a number of years, and our big draw was from St. Lucie to the south, actually Stewart to the south, and Vero to the north. There's the backhand by Nicholas. There's the backhand. Here's Ben. Gaucheri on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 9 line. Powerful throw, and Nicholas is there. Here's the backhand by Ben. Nicholas from deep in the backcourt on the left side. Robote, Gaucheri, left side to the inside. Nicholas takes it off the wall. Backhand from the 9 line. Iturbide rifles it inside. Ben's there. Fine catch. Here's the backhand. Backhand now by Iturbide. Ben is there. Nicholas from the 10. Robote forehand. Nicholas makes the catch. Gaucheri to the outside. Ben from the 12. Backhand to the inside. Here's Nicholas again. Scoop by Gaucheri back at the 10 line. Powerful backhand, wall to wall, out to the Robote. Turned on the forehand of Iturbide at the 5 line. Here's the backhand. Robote forehand, powerfully thrown. Nicholas is there. Nicholas to the inside, backhand from the 12. That got away from him, hit the overhead screen, point one. 4 points for the one team. Yellow shirts, post 6. We have Douglas and Julian receiving. Here's a backhand by Julian. Robote, side, 2-all. Douglas stops it. Forehand, high, 3-wall play. Gaucheri reads it, puts it inside. Julian's in there to make the catch. Backhand from the 11, nicely played. Arrimada along the wall, saved by Gaucheri. Julian calls for it. Cortada by Julian will score. Point 6. Pink shirts, post 7. Alex and Aratz receive. Alex picks the serve. Inside placement. Just missed. Point 7. Purple shirts, post 8. Goenaga and Manny receive. That backhand gets away from Aratz, hits the overhead screen, point 8. We've completed the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First return, the blue post 2, Iñaki and Manu. Here's the catch by Manu. Backhand from the 11 line. Manny on the backhand from the 12 line. Manu's there. Inaki, drop shot back to the inside. Goenaga on the catch, hard throw, scooped up by Manu. Point 2. 2 with 2 points. White shirts post 3. Keita and Benny receive. There's a backhand by Benny. Manu is there. Manu to the inside. Benny from the 10 line. Another powerful throw. Manu's there. Robote forehand by Keita. Manu takes it on the bounce to the 12 line. Forehand, played to pass. Robote. Robote forehand by Keita. Manu's there. Manu to the inside. Keita calls for the Robote. Inaki has it. Costalo inside. Scoop by Benny. Beautiful catch by Benny behind the 13 line. Here's a backhand. Rotate forehand. Inaki makes the catch. Here's a backhand by Benny to the inside. Catch by Manu. Rebote forehand save. That caught the overhead screen before the front wall, point 3. 3 with 2 points. Here's post 4, the green shirts. Rutia and Lalu. Here's a backhand by Lalu. Powerfully thrown. Wall-to-wall, Rebote. Rebote forehand save is to the outside. That's in play. Benny, front of the cage. Forehand. Catch by Urrutia midcourt. Costello inside. What a catch by Urrutia up the wall at the 9 line. Difficult catch by Lalu on the sidewall. Big backhand. Rebote comes right up the middle. Hard throw. Ball tipped by Lalu at the 12 line. Point 3. Three with 4 points. Here's post 5, the black shirts, Iturbide and Nicholas. There's a backhand by Benny. Catch by Nicholas. Rebote forehand to the inside. Nicholas looks for the rebote. Benny on the catch from the 10 line. Powerful throw. Nicholas is there. Rebote forehand by Iturbide. Benny takes it in the air. Backhand. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Catch by Iturbide. There's a backhand. Benny's there. Benny from the 11 line. Iturbide cuts that off at the 8 line. Powerful backhand. Rebote coming right up the middle. Ikeda, forehand Rebote. Iturbide there. Split placement. Scores. Point 5. 5 with 2 points. Receiving, red shirts post 1. Go Sherry and Ben. Ben on the backhand to the inside. Nicholas is there. Rotates at the side wall. Gaucheri makes a difficult save. Iturbide. Powerful throw. Gaucheri's calling for it. Hooks it. Point 5. 4 points for the 5 post. Yellow shirts at post 6. Douglas and Julian receive. Nicholas from the 10 line, backhand to the inside. Julian's there. Julian on the carom. Stopped by Ichibita. That's a beautiful catch. Julian, tough catch. Off the bounce. Big backhand follows. Rebote forehand. Douglas is in there. Backhand. Blasted from the 7 line. Rebote coming out to the 4. Played by Ichibita. Douglas saves the rebote. Big bounce. Straight up. Nicholas stops it. Rebote left side to the inside. Julian, difficult catch on the bounce. Big right side to the inside again. Rebote for Ichibita. Julian's there from the 8. Hard throw. Catch by Nicholas. Rebote forehand by Douglas. Rebote forehand by Nicholas. Douglas cuts it off. Inside placement. Stopped by Nicholas. Julian on the backhand from the 10 line, powerfully thrown. What a scoop by Julian, deep in the backcourt. Nicholas, lower and harder. This one also caught by Julian. Julian over the top. Ichibita catches it on the forehand. Powerful throw. Julian makes the save, keeps it inside. Nicholas from the 12 line. Powerful forehand rebote by Douglas, caught by Nicholas. Nicholas again, backhand. Rebote dying. Douglas makes a save. Ichibita has it, winds up. Costado inside, caught by Julian. Nicholas now from the 12. Rebote forehand save by Douglas, caught by Ichibita. Rebote forehand by Douglas. Wall to wall from the right side. Rebote save by Douglas. Cortada stopped. Julian makes the catch at the 10 line. Big right side. Sidearm stopped by Ichibita. Difficult catch by Julian at the 12 line. Ball tipped. Hard fought point by both teams. 0.5. Possible game point. Black shirts post 5. Ichibita and Nicholas. Trying to stop them are Alex and Aratz. Backhand by Gaucheri. Rebote saved by Ichibita. Alex takes it on the bounce. Blasts this backhand. Rebote coming to the outside. Ichibita is on it. Rebote forehand, fire to the inside. Nicholas is there. Oh, what a catch by Nicholas deep in the backcourt. Aratz, backhand from the 12. Rebote by Alex, high to the front wall. Scoop is tipped. 0.7, play continues. 7 with 3 points, serving to post 8. The purple shirts, Gonaga and Manny. Underserve, 0.8. 8 with 3, serving to the blue post 2. Inaki and Manu. There's a backhand by Manu. Catch by Manny. Fine play on the forehand. Backhand by Inaki at the 7 line. Manny's there. Over the top. Manu from the 10 line. Inaki, Rebote left side. To the inside it goes. Manny's there. Backhand from the 11. Rebote forehand. Manu turns to save the Rebote. Gonaga. Hard to the inside. Manu is there. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. 0.2. Four points for the two posts. Receiving, green shirts at post 4, Arutia and Lalu. Backhand by Lalu, powerfully thrown. Rebote coming out. Backhand by Lalu from the 10 line. Manu is there. Lalu from the 11. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote save, just falls short, 0.2. Possible game point for the blue shirts, post 2. Inaki and Manu trying to stop them. Keita, Benny. Backhand by Benny is powerfully thrown. Rebote kicks out to the 5 line. Turn on the forehand of Inaki. Benny again. Manu hard to the inside. Here's the catch by Benny. Manu from the 11 line. Rebote by Inaki. Ikeda cuts it off. 2-all by Ikeda. It's out. Point of game, post 2. Inaki and Manu. 2 wins at 5 places. 1 serves to 3. This is a playoff for 3rd place. Keita picks the serve, throws a 2-all. That is out. 1 shows. Unofficial order finish, 2-5-1. Your price will be up in a moment. It's official. Coming in first, post 2, Inaki and Manu. Taking second, post 5, Iturbide and Nicholas. Coming in third, post 1, Go Sherry and Ben. 2-5-1, the official order of finish for Game 7. There are your prices. The high 5, 2-3-4-1-2. 2 of 5 numbers returning. $260. Look at that carryover jackpot. $1,842.75. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the high 5 will be forced out on April 1st. That is 1 week from today. Mandatory payout of the high 5. Guaranteed at a minimum $2,000 or whatever it builds to. $2 Quinella. 2-5, 30-20, trifecta 2-5-1, 152-40. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our 8th and final game of the Pelota performance in advance of Battle Court at 5 p.m. when the Fireballs will take on the Renegades. Ooh, tough matches today, huh? That's at 5 p.m. Battle Court. Fireballs versus the Renegades. But first, Game 8. Spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. No scratches in Game 8, and post time is now 5 minutes away. Good luck.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, they paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the work, play Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man. Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And folks, that is a trailer for the award-winning documentary about the inaugural season of play right here in Magic City that is called Magic City Hustle. Directed by Billy Corbett and the creator of Cocaine Cowboys, Screwball, The U, and much more. This film highlights the transition of these Magic City athletes from their respective careers in other sports right here at the Highlight From Time. You can watch Magic City Hustle directly from Google Play or iTunes, or the rent or buy from either platform. If you buy it for just a few dollars more, you can enjoy it as many times as you like for life. Which will take us here about 3 minutes on the start of game number 8. Stu mentioned Battle Court later tonight. Will be the Fireballs and the Renegades, starting with doubles. We'll begin with Lalu and Cabrera against Stan and Ben. Then Arrutia against Urbieta in singles, followed by Jedden and Braun against Goanaga and Flores. That'll be Division 5 doubles. Then we'll move over to Division 2 doubles. It'll be Lalu and Arats against Gosheri and Ben. Back to singles, Division 5 matchup between Cabrera and Stan. Then Division 1 doubles to close out the day. Arrutia and Arats against Gosheri and Urbieta. Those will be the 6 matches in order tonight. The Fireballs take on the Renegades. Join us. If you're not familiar with Battle Court, it's a team highlight concept. 6 individual players make up that team. There's 6 rankings of doubles teams, 1 being the highest and best team, 6 being the lowest and the worst ranked team, if you will. Then the same for singles. Division 1 players in singles, the highest ranked players. Division 5, the lower ranked. So join us for that. That's at 5 p.m. tonight. About 2/3 of the way through our regular season, Fireballs will be playing their 10th game day today. As will the Renegades. I believe it's one extra for the Renegades, but again, 15 full game days makes up the regular season. Top 4 teams will advance to the playoffs. First place finisher, fourth place finisher in the regular season will play in one semifinal. Second and third place will play off in the other semifinal. Then our 2 semifinal winners will face off in our Winter 25 Championship to be played in the heat of summer on May 9th.
July.
Let's make it the winter
Have
season
you been messing
ending.
around in my pillowcase again? I told you those aren't vitamins. You're not supposed to take them unless you ask me
I took
first.
my own earlier.
What color combination were they? Yeah, tell me what the color combination of the capsule was, and I'll tell you what it was.
It's dark.
Ah, dark red?
Yeah.
Dark red and clear? Okay, we have to have a talk. Let's begin.
Let's play some highlights, dude. Game 8.
Time to begin game 8. It is a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving the red shirt at post 1 goes Sherry. Receiving in the blue post 2, Nicholas. Here's the serve. We begin. Here's a backhand by Nicholas. Here's goes Sherry. Rebote forehand by Nicholas. That ball touched the overhead screen, which is out of play. Point 1. Sherry first up on the board in our 8th game. Now bring to the court the white shirt of post 3, Iñaki. Here's the backhand by Iñaki. Rebote kicking out. Goes Sherry. Tremendous save to try to save that on the right side. Had the distance, just lands out of play. Point 3. Iñaki serves. 2, Manu, green shirt of post 4. Beautiful catch by Manu at the side wall. Iñaki, tough grab at the 10 line. The backhand 2-wall. The Guillermina caught the pad, and the pad is bad. Point 3. Three on the board, 2 points. Here's post 5, the black shirt, Arutia. Yes, folks, it does have a name, which I very rarely use. Catch on the forehand of Arutia. Scoop by Iñaki. There's a backhand. Rebote. Rebote forehand. Iñaki. Oh, tip ball at the 7 line. Point 5. Yellow shirt to post 6. Douglas receives. outside placement of the forehand rebote lands wide, point 6. Pink shirt of post 7. Arats receives. Rebote 2-all. Stopped by Arats. Carom by Arats. Well thrown and scoring, point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, Alex. Two-all, caught the pad, point 8. We've completed the first round of play. Matchups are worth 2 points now through the end of the game. First return, blue post 2, Nicholas. Rebote forehand to the outside. That stays in. Point 8. Alex with 3 points. Red shirt to post 1 receives. Gauchetti. There's the backhand by Gauchetti. Ball tipped, point 1. One on the board with 3 points here is post 4. Manu. There's a backhand by Manu. Manu to the inside. Rebote. 2-all by Gauchetti. Lands in and scores. Well thrown. Point 1. Possible game point. Red shirt to post 1. Gauchetti trying to stop him. Iñaki. Costello 2-all, lands in and scores, point 3. Play continues. 3 on the board with 4 points. Here's post 5, Rutia. Rebote forehand. Costello to the inside. Oh, what a catch by Inaki. Point 5. 5 with 3 points. Here's post 6, Douglas. Rebote by Arrutia. Costado to the inside will score for Douglas, point 6. 6 on the board with 3 points. Here's post 7, Aratz. Rebote forehand. Costalo to the inside. Rebote save. Aratz makes the catch. Costalo inside, read by Douglas, stopped by Douglas, light touch. Oh, Aratz is there. Costalo 2-all is out. Point 6. Possible game point, yellow shirt at post 6. Douglas trying to stop him. Nicholas. Catch by Nicholas. Ball tip, point 2. Play continues. Excellent catch by Alex. Alex goes hard back to the inside. Nicholas for the rebote. Point 2. Two with 4 points. Here's the 4 post. Manu. Ball tipped, point 2. Game is locked. 2 has 6, 1 has 5. Nicholas serves to Gaucheri for the game. There's the backhand by Gaucheri. Chula scores for the win. Point and game, post 1, Gaucheri. He found it. Nicholas places 6 shows. 1, 2, 6. Unofficial order finish for game 8. It's official, winning game 8, post 1, Gaucheri. He found the Chula. Second place for Nicholas, post 2, 6. Douglas shows 1, 2, 6, the official order finish for game 8. There are your prices. The late pick 3, 1, 2, 1. All 3 numbers returning 65-40. $2 wager on 1 to win, $640. $2 Canelo 1-2, $1460. Trifecta 1-2-6. 248.40. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this Tuesday afternoon performance of Live Highline in the Magic City on the Highline channel. We are glad that you chose to join us today and invite you to join us just less than 1 hour from now, 5 p.m. for Battle Court. Today, the Renegades will be taking on the Fireballs, or the Fireballs will be taking on the Renegades, depending upon how you read this sheet in front of me. Once again, that will begin at 5 p.m. On behalf of the player, staff, and management of Magic City Highline, Battle Court Highline LLC, and the World Highline League, we thank you for joining us today and hope to see you for Battle Court at 5 p.m. Have a good day, everyone.